All right, Unnamed. How you guys doing, right? Episode 30. How's it going?
Good.
Oh, 30 of these.
30 of these.
I think they're actually doing sneaky pretty good.
I saw that. Somebody was just telling me that, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
sneaky.
Yeah.
Why sneaky?
Because he's saying it's me and you with the dead weight with him, so he's like surprised.
It was not meant as an insult. I use sneaky a lot. You guys are reading into that. It's just like doing pretty well.
You do use sneaky a lot.
I do. So I mean,
it's true. Yeah, probably
like Michigan sneaky sucks.
They didn't look good week one. Oh, you're now Ryan Whitney's a college football guy. We're gonna talk.
Oh, I'm a Georgia guy. You can tell by my
Corso.
Yeah, we're gonna suddenly talk college football on this show with two guys who probably watch a grand total of 4 minutes over the past decade. Of college
we
football.
played South of my show an hour ago. You defending Deion was so.
Kirk.
Oh, he's our friend. He's our friend. We can't make fun of him. Why? Why can't we make fun of him? The team sucks. It's a disaster.
They're not playing well. I am friends. I'm friends with Deion. I like Deion. So if I was in his shoes and I saw a media company that I'm friends with the guy who owns it, and the headlines are always very negative, I'd be like, "What the fuck's this guy doing? Have my back one time."
Say positively, they suck right now.
They stink.
Just say no. They do.
He's wearing a shirt. Does his hoodie say "You know where to find me"? Does he wear that during
he's
games?
A total asshole too. He's treating everyone like shit. It's a
Kirk's always hated him.
Yeah, I love Deion. I love Deion.
Yeah, but so you want
fine. So if you two are under fire or having a bad go of it, you want me to jump on and attack you. Got it.
We work for the company. Does he work for Barstool still, or did he run away?
I'm friends with the guy. I always will defend people I'm friends. Not defend, but try to give the benefit of the doubt to people I'm friends with.
Benefit of the doubt, they suck though. What would you?
Yeah, they suck. So we don't need to say it on Barstool Airways to go after his kids.
Well, it's a media. You're a media company. You got to be honest about the games, about the results.
Listen, I've been on calls with you. We protect the hockey players. We don't do this to the hockey players. We're friends with the hockey players. So don't give me that.
When was that?
Oh, it was there was some controversy. There was some controversy with the team. I could probably go back and find it. I'm like, you guys got to rip these players.
We got a coach. There was a coach fired because of our show.
No, it was the coach. You were a players podcast, and that was what the stance of the Chicklets guys were. We don't go after the players. We're friends with the players.
Yeah, but I don't think that's fair because we call out guys when they're playing very poorly.
No, it wasn't. But it was some story. Maybe it was.
Was it the kid that was caught in the taxi ripping on the teammates?
I don't remember. Was there a text about somebody talking about someone's? It was some player issue that was going viral everywhere, and we weren't talking about it.
Okay, Dave. All right. Here's the thing. You're buddies with Deion, but
Correct.
you're telling Barstool employees, can we stop writing about him? That's totally different.
Well,
because you don't have to say anything bad about him.
But Barstool is like seen as me. And by the way, I didn't direct anybody to stop it. I'm like, the only time I've talked about this has been publicly on Pick'em when I'm like, Jesus, I hate seeing these negative articles about Deion because I'm friends with the guy. I don't think it's that crazy.
Crazy. You're censoring. You want people.
Why is that? I just said I haven't said
what would you like a headline to be about Colorado? Boy, Colorado is like.
I don't think we need headlines on Colorado one way or the other. I don't think it's like. I don't think people are going to be like. I don't think people are going to be like, holy shit, Barstool's not talking about Colorado. It's not.
But weren't you on record saying that he would turn them into like a powerhouse?
I like Deion, and I think he may still. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know this was the Deion roast hour.
It's a disaster.
It hasn't been. Time out. They were like the worst team in college football when he got there. They were a disaster when he got there.
The guy
so they were way better than when he got there.
The year last year.
College football with two absolute morons who wouldn't know a football if it hit them in the head.
They suck. I know they suck.
Yeah, they're playing. Kirk, they were the worst team in college football when he arrived. This team he has now would destroy the team he inherited. That's a fact.
Okay, a year ago, if I told you to be where they are right now, you'd be comfortable with that. Good job. Is that what you're saying?
No, there's a lot of chaos and stuff surrounding the program.
Not his fault.
That usually lands on the head coach.
Oh, no. What are you talking about? It's not Prime's fault.
2 years ago, he inherited the worst football team in America. They're 1,000% better than they were when he took over. 1,000 in every measure.
Definitely not true.
What, Kirk? Yes, it is.
1,000% better.
Yes, they were the worst team in college football. They were the worst team in college football.
So you do a big college football show.
Yes.
Great show.
Thank you.
Like,
I like that show.
Do you think like so you everyone listens, they're into it. Now, Paul Feinbaum is an enormous voice in college football. Do you think that he protects his buddies? It's about being authentic.
No, I'm sure he has an SEC bias agenda.
Yeah, but he goes at him still.
I don't know that he does. Who says that he does?
I just made that up.
Yeah, I know.
All right, let's get to the matter at hand. I think the biggest story in the company still right now, day 3. I have dealt with guys like this my entire life in radio. I know this face on Radio Row. Assholes. My guy Bernstein. We're at day 3 now of Bernstein.
Are the Minifans on him?
Yeah, they've been pretty good. But the problem is we've been down this road before with EEI. They just literally shut the phones off. Like they're not getting bludgeoned by phone calls. They just unplugged it.
So they'll never turn the phones on?
If you keep the heat on, they won't.
Don't they have to?
Yes, intellectually they should. Like we know this. The best thing this guy could do right now is jump on with us and just like fall on the sword. But he will never. Ever
he hasn't acknowledged it. He hasn't even.
Right.
He's just going. He's that meme with the fire next to the guy where everything's fine. He quite literally has the show. Nobody has made any acknowledgement, and it's gotten a lot of press. Not just like with us. Like I saw Chicago Sun-Times, Daily. Like a lot of people in a rare. We're getting some of the people be like, "Oh, Dave launched his army on him," but most 99%. Have been on our side, which is rare in something like this.
Well, I give this guy. Everyone thinks this guy's an asshole, right?
Yeah,
that seems like yeah.
Well, and the funny thing is, and I know it's been mentioned as all of this has been, but any other Barstool employee, anyone else, and it doesn't happen, but it's Eddie. Eddie or Clem, the nicest human being I've ever met.
You go after our 2 resident Pillsbury doughboys, Clem and Eddie, who are like the nicest humans ever. And you're gonna they
they're sitting around eating snacks, like they're not doing anything.
Yeah, they really are. They spend their days walking through Stop and Shop trying to memorize snacks. Like that. That is what they do. So yeah, it was shocking. It took a while to go about. And I mean, we talked it to death, but even the fact he's like, you can call me Bernstein. Nuts, like he would call him that over the last name. He hates his life. I mean, it's all been said. This guy, he's got real deep-seated hatred towards us and probably his own life.
The video is worse than the audio, though. Like the mouthing Bernstein thing. That's by far way.
At the end, when he's like, Bernstein.
Bernstein.
But the funny thing was, I think his buddy there, I think his partner was like, what do he call you? Like thinking he might say like cunt or like, Bernstein. He's like, the guy was like, buddy. His face here.
And Holmes.
Look at the guy. What do you call you, man?
Speaks and Eddie from Barstool. We'll come back. I want to kick from Barstool. We'll come back. I want to kick around with you, Eddie.
I love that.
Some of the main issues and stories.
Yeah. Truly wild.
Is this guy a legend, though? Like, I've been reading, he's kind of a legend there.
Not like, he's been around a long time.
He's like a legend in the sense of like a Glenn Ordway, right?
Well, Glenn's
but I mean, like for a long time, they were the dogs.
Eddie Endelman. It's the guys who have been on sports talk radio.
Yeah.
The guy is so funny. What do you call you, man? Like, holy shit.
And he's probably the other guy, one of these guys, like Kirk said, who still just disavow the internet.
Oh, totally.
Like the sports talk radio guys, the bloggers in the basement, that's how they viewed us. And he still may not grasp like how much bigger Barstool is than 670 The Score and Odyssey, which that's another, Kirk. This was like
another
right up your alley. Yeah.
Another Odyssey one. Yeah, we talked about it today. And you said, I mean, are you actually considering buying Odyssey?
No, I wouldn't, but I could buy. I'm
how much would Odyssey cost?
It's pennies on the dollar. It's like a penny stock.
It's like we looked up today. I think Just said the value is like a couple of $1 million for the whole company. I mean, you got to inherit all the debt. That's the other thing. But like, it's crazy. This guy doesn't have the ability to have some fun with this. Bring Eddie on and just joke around about it. Yeah,
but it sounds like it's the politics in the way. I think he's a broken brain lunatic.
Oh, you see
He's
his old
definitely.
tweet?
Yeah,
he's.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
He's like a Deadspin guy. Like the Deadspin guys who made all the jokes and then they just put a line in the sand, deleted the history, and became super woke and hate us as a result, I guess. Yeah, he's the first thing I heard. So I when this all went down, I'm like, let me listen so I can get the number. And quite literally the first words I heard when I tuned it on was they're complaining about white privilege. And I'm like, oh, well, this guy's going to hate us, like, because they're talking Tyreek Hill. So that was the first, as I put that together a little bit, but he's going to have to acknowledge it at some point.
Well, are you going to stop? Are you going to stop until if you stop, it'll go away? Are you going to stop until you know? Well, then he'll have to acknowledge it at some point.
Yeah.
I think.
What else do I have nothing to do now. Like I wake up and it's like either Caitlin Clark is playing basketball or Dan Bernstein's on the air. Those are the two things right now that I wake up and I think about instantly.
I can tell by the speed in which you've gotten back to me the last couple of days and not a lot's going on.
I mean, I always get back quick.
No, you do.
I'm doing my thing.
You're good like that. You're good like that.
But yeah, those are two top tier things. He has to, even if he just tweeted that was stupid, it would go away. But he just no acknowledgement that he's in the middle of this firestorm.
Bernsey.
I gotta have Rico get through to him.
I know that's the one. I mean, yeah. I mean, why not get somebody outside the station for Barstool, very above board, like a journalist would do when he walks out after work, and just get him on the record to ask a question or two.
Yeah.
That seems
who got the video? Like,
you have 90 people in Chicago eating fucking spaghetti right now. Can one of them shuffle over to the radio? You know,
it's a very good point.
Who you would everywhere?
Who you would trust with that? I don't know if you heard me on Pick'em, but so I said, and I've matured in this sense. It's like harass him professionally. Correct. Like if he's on the air, if he's at a live remote, if he's working, fair game. To me that's a Stephen Shea assignment. Yeah, good call. Because
Steve would end up loving it. He'd do nice.
That's true.
Steve would be working on the show next week.
Good point.
I had one employee say, "How far is too far?" with pictures of his wife's employment, her phone number.
Wait a minute,
well, that's why you got to be very careful of that Chicago office. I'll give you. I won't say who it is, but it rhymes with Percy Mary.
Yeah, it's a good drive. It would have been my first pick of the Chicago.
Yeah, like that's why then I resent another one. Let me clarify professionally him, because by the way, Enrico laughs. He's like, "That's crazy." Well, you've dabbled in this trade of attacking. Rico. Yeah. So don't act like that. He's like, oh, that new dog, he's out of his mind.
Yeah, but once they hugged, like, it's been erased from his mind. That never happened now.
Yeah. This guy Burns, he doesn't know we're doing him favors. If I don't make that clarification, who knows what these lunatics we have doing in our office do.
But it's funny, though, that, like, these guys, like, the old school radio, like, he's probably shocked. He's like, when is this going to stop? Like,
I dealt with these guys.
Believe it.
Wait a minute, I dealt with these guys all the time back in the old. These guys would be like, This is
John Dennis.
Yeah, I mean, not as crazy, but yeah. Even when I left EEI for Barstool, guys on radio would be like, what are you doing? You're leaving? I'm like, well, yeah. It's radio's dead. It's fucking dead. Yeah, he's not as crazy as Dino, that's for sure.
I broke that phone call. Rotillo.
That's true. The anniversary was just yesterday, I think I just saw. The White Sox Dave thing is funny. A couple White Sox Dave things are funny, but so is he gonna work a shift?
Well, can you explain what happened?
Yeah, I can explain from what I saw. First, people said it was that he shit on the floor and then wiped it in. Clearly that, although with White Sox Dave, I don't ever want to say clearly. Anything is on the table. But that wasn't what happened. He must have dip spit on his bag or carrying or something. It fell out on the floor, walking out onto the carpet. So he comes back, looks at it, takes his foot, rubs it into, we have the clip, he rubs it into the floor, doesn't clean it.
Unbelievable.
Now he says, here it is. They're watching. It's caught on live.
Oh, it came out of his bag.
He's got dog shit in his bag. He had a bag of dogs.
So
Wait,
this
he
is-
saw it. He denied it.
That right there.
That's
Such a slap in the face to like a janitor.
So that's why I said he should have to.
Says he doesn't know.
He should have to work an entire shift as a janitor. He should give the janitors the night off. You clean the office. Now he said he came back and cleaned it. I don't know if that's true.
That's legit then.
With that?
No, because I texted him. And again, I was legit mad.
Yeah, that's a shitty thing to do. Like, you can't be
big time. I said, why do you think it's okay to spill dip on the carpet and then wipe it on the floor? He said, I didn't think it was okay. I just didn't think it'd do that. I cleaned it up with soapy water and paper towels as best I could after. I haven't seen or heard that. So if he did do that,
that's legit to me, though. That's legit if he did that.
Yeah, I agree. So
if he cleaned it up?
Yeah, if he went back, got on his hands and knees and soap and water, yeah, that's legit.
Wouldn't the same video,
there's video,
the same
one,
camera?
Yeah. Presumably there should be one or the other, right?
You'd think they'd be both. I'm going to ask him.
Okay.
Where's the video of that?
Yeah. Do you see the other White Sox Dave thing this week where he didn't know that Google was a big company? You see that cut or no?
I saw it. I saw it on the sheet. It's
actually very.
I haven't seen the video.
What I don't understand is why and how they have like all, because their office is in Chicago, right?
No, it's in Silicon Valley, but there's one here. There's one.
They're
Okay,
everywhere. How do they have 1 million employees to make that website? It's just like one little search strip, and then it says Google. What am I missing? They got like 1 billion fucking
literally everything,
and all the office space. What do you need to design?
Stay here.
Feidelberg, I know you're on my page.
$1 million to make that website.
I know you're on.
So I've stayed in the hotel across the street from the Chicago Google office. It's like a nice little building. I think he just drove by that one day and thought that was like all.
That's where it started.
Headquarters. Yeah, they have big building. They have big headquarters. There's one right near where I live in New York. I mean, guys like him, I don't know where they come from. And it goes back to the the very first time I laid eyes on White Sox Dave was the gum in the hair clip.
That's a great clip.
And I asked Dan, I'm like, who is this guy? We need him. We need him now. Like, that is one of the funniest clips I've ever seen. He goes, the problem with White Sox Dave,
and like Buster Only and all these guys are like
imagine
legit
the
tweeting and
panic
everything.
during this though for him.
Greatest clips of all
It's
time,
like I was at softball in Lincoln
Shoot
Park
it.
when John Heyman and Ken Rosenthal started tweeting me, and all of a sudden my phone's blowing up. Like, I'm looking at my phone in between innings, and then like 3,000, 4,000 followers later, here I am, and I'm on CLTV with Walter Payton. Walter Payton's son. So
Walter Payton's like,
crazy. Well, first off, we have to kind of talk about it. We said it leading into this.
Walter Payton's like, how did I end up here? Holy shit.
That clip, which he deleted, he took it off the internet.
Oh, is
when
that true?
first? Yeah. So
that.
And Dan's like, he's not in on the joke. He can't be funny on command. His moments are unintentional and not on purpose. And he's true. It's borne out. Like, he's never made something where he's like, oh, that's funny, people love it. It's always at his expense by accident, and he's always a little agitated by it.
Always pissed off.
Which is tough. Like, it's kind of a, it's like, fuck. Like, I'm only funny when I'm really a fuck up, but it's gotten him a bar stool, and he's doing great. But
he's a hard. 1 in a million fuck up. He really is a unique meathead, like, fuck up. He just is. Let me do an ad here.
Oh yeah, go ahead. No,
Jack Pocket. Order lottery tickets right from your phone with Jack Pocket, America's #1 in the lottery app. Over 540 million in prizes have already been paid out to lucky winners. You're going to order Powerball, Mega Millions, other official state lottery games right on the app. Best of all, new customers get your first lottery ticket free using our code BARSTOOL. Download Jack Pocket now. Don't forget to use code BARSTOOL. Jack Pocket, America's #1 lottery app, an official partner of Barstool Sports.
I was going to say, I said this in the rundown, I think yesterday. I think Eddie's going to, not Eddie, I think White Sox Dave's going to make a nice run surviving. I weirdly think he's going to make a nice, it's just a gut instinct.
Really?
Yes, I know.
Now, he got bounced.
You have
I
like
think,
a brain to do it, though.
He only lasted about 4 hours the first one. He like wandered around outside, like sleepwalking, he claims, the first surviving he was on.
Yeah, and he aggravates people.
That's true. If he has the ability to calm himself down, I think he can get in the right group. I think that's Total
Yeah,
guts.
I could see it, but he'd have to almost like staple his mouth shut. Like he just, whatever he says, somebody's bothered by it.
Any updates by? I feel like every week we have to. Somebody's dropping. And we're okay.
Locked and loaded. We are locked and loaded. It's right around the corner. It is.
2 weeks from now, we'll be
right around the corner. Yes.
Any updates just in terms of the show itself? Anything? No.
No, I don't know anything. They've kept me totally out of the loop.
How you feeling, Whit?
I'm feeling excited.
Yeah.
Biz and I had our first discussion about things last night.
Oh.
He's like, so do you need to have like buddies on your team? I said, yeah, I think that's pretty much like the alliance aspect's important. He's like, oh. I said, you can go back and watch the last season. He's like, yeah, maybe I'll do that, but there's no chance he will. But he'll end up doing good in this game.
He's an absolute threat. He's the opposite of White Sox Dave. Like he's not confrontational. Everyone likes him. He'll probably be high the entire time. That was the only thing. Wallow and Gilly, they were very concerned they couldn't smoke, and they were gonna be like, we're gonna intentionally get out because we can't go more than like 24 to 48 hours without smoking. So we'll give you our all for 48, but then I'm like, you can smoke. They're like, oh, we'll win then. So,
okay. There you go.
And that's like Biz. If you couldn't smoke for a week, I don't know what he'd do.
And Biz will be good in challenges too. I think he's going to be tough. Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of athletic people in this one.
A ton. I mean, yeah.
I think there's also the aspect of being like petrified of having to go to this house after and like being stuck in this house.
Yeah, true.
Like that's a nightmare to me.
True.
Nightmare.
Although I will say,
he goes, is there a gym? Is there? I'm like, I don't know.
But dead serious, our team generally gets very nice houses. They're not like, you're not generally, when we've rented Airbnbs, they're like beautiful mansions generally. I'm not saying that's what this is, but usually there's like basketball, gym. It's not like you're in prison.
There's gonna be like 20 people in this thing though.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
that is.
Have you given up your, I know you're obviously into WNBA right now, but I saw Anna Horford demanded you give up your Celtics fandom. Have you done that yet? Officially?
She obviously she doesn't bother me. Gaz always is the one who lets me know about this because he wants me to go off the handle. He's like, you see what Anna Horford said about you? I almost replied, it's not worth it, but I honestly think I'm closer to being a minority owner of that team than I am to being banned from watching that team. I'm not close to either, but like it would be more likely I could buy 0.111101% with the sale than to be banned.
Has that been discussed at all? Part of any group?
I've had a couple of people like just feelers like, I have no interest. I'm not like a 0.1% guy that would never do anything to me.
For sports is different than horses, though. That would be sick for a sports team.
But I weirdly get all the perks anyways.
Would you also be able to get through let's say you had 4%. Would you be able to get through the NBA's, like they have that strict sort of?
Maybe not.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, to be a super minority owner, you get great tickets. Like what else do you get? That like you can get
you have no say in anything, right?
Right. Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. That's weird.
Anna Horford hates me. Hates.
Yeah.
She hates your guts.
And it was like the tweet, by the way, it wasn't even that political. I'm like, I think I tweeted, Trump's not doing that great in this debate, but it's like a 3-on-1, but he's still not doing great.
Both are true. That's facts. Yeah.
The tweet does. How do you ban someone from being a fan?
That's crazy. Go to your house and not let you watch the games? Like, how does it work?
Take all your merch.
Yeah.
She hates my guts, and I don't even really know why. I mean, I know people don't like me, but she's on a whole different level of hate.
Yeah, sure. Whatever. Now, when this clip comes out, we can all agree. I saw Whit talked about it. I did a bunch. Brady was fucking terrible last week.
Not good.
Are we allowed to make fun of him, Dave, or is it just Coach Prime? Can we criticize Brady or no?
Yeah, I don't have a personal relationship with Brady like I do.
Well, I want to make sure before we criticize somebody now on the show.
But Kirk, I said on Chicklets that Romo was amazing, and he's horrible now. So I do think Brady will get, like, first game, I don't care how, like, you had to be nervous as shit.
To me, though, yeah, sorry, Whit. To me, though, it wasn't even like that he was nervous, because I totally get that. It was when he wasn't nervous, he was, like, boring then. Like, at best, he was just, like, Dan Fouts. Like,
the game sucked, too.
I like Fouts.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't pay Fouts $375 million.
No. Listen, his first time, he was bad for his first time. Will he get better? We'll see.
I just expect all you ever heard over the years is Brady does this. He knows this. He knows all these things. He's so interesting. He's so smart. I get that now when I watch Belichick. I watched Belichick with the Mannings the other night. He was fucking great. Like, Brady is like, I never would have guessed Belichick would have been 50 times better than Brady at this, and he is.
So far, Brady, maybe he'll find his group. It was overarching. But it was a terrible game. That also makes it harder. But yeah, he wasn't good. His cadence was off. Everything was off.
Dave, Kirk's brought this up on his show, but I guess you might know a little more doing contracts. Like, why give him all that dough if so many people watch the game anyways? Like, what are they getting out of
what's additive
paying him that much? I don't get that. Like, nobody's watching that game because he's doing it. Maybe the first game.
One game, right. But
yeah, well,
week eight, the NFL 4:00 Fox thing is a monster. It doesn't matter who's the games.
I guess, it the only thing I can think, and I don't really have my guess, like, I just happened to watch the John Madden documentary the other day again, like, and they're talking about when they hired Madden and gave him all the money. Now Fox was just starting, so they got all but it is so competitive that maybe it helps. Like, I do think it affects who's watching the game, advertising, sales. Yeah, they have huge numbers, but little ticks, maybe ad sales, and just keeping the advantage. Like, if he's not there, he may be at one of your direct competitors. And when a sales guy goes in to sell Chevy, they're like, do you want to advertise on the Brady game, or do you want... That's the only thing I can come up with.
You guys would agree, though, like, if the way it sounded Sunday, if it doesn't get much better, there is no way those two guys are calling the Super Bowl, which is a Fox game, by themselves. Olsen will definitely be in that booth.
Well, he almost got hosed that Olsen was that good. And Olsen was good. He was like entertaining and energy. And all of a sudden, Brady's like, I got to come in and replace this.
I texted Greg, another guy I won't bash because I have a personal relationship with. I go, what a day for you. And I said that when they hired, he was in a win-win because everyone loved him. It's like being the backup quarterback who played great. No matter what happens, everyone's like, this guy's the guy. He's going to make so much money, Greg, and maybe more based on if Brady's not good. But back to your original question, I will say modern day NFL, I'm not so sure everybody's watching because everybody has every game, like the package. So the announcers actually could affect who's watching a single game.
Maybe. But if Brady's no good, like 10 weeks in, I don't think that's going to matter. I don't think somebody's going to
I just think Brady in his past, like always improving and being so obsessed with being better than he was the day before, I would think that he would be all in and end up being pretty good.
Yeah, but it's just how much talent, how much ingrained talent. It's like we could all practice being an NFL quarterback. We're never going to be good. Like, how much ability do you need for this job?
I just think he's so famous now, too, and so disconnected from reality that I just don't think he can, like, bullshit with a guy for 3 hours. I just don't think he can do it.
I mean, he was pretty good on that roast.
Yeah, but he didn't really, like, true, but everyone else was doing stuff. I guess. Those were also written jokes.
Yeah. Tommy John's hands down best underwear I've ever worn. They're silky, soft, breathable, keep you cool on a hot summer day. Way too often guys are wearing these old, saggy, ripped, cheap underwear. Grow up, buy better underwear. Tommy John will change your life. Great days begin with great underwear. Go to TommyJohn.com/unnamed. Get 25% off your first order with code unnamed. I'm going to do this one too, so we do it. The DraftKings. TD Tutty, taken to the house, in for 6, whatever you call a touchdown. One thing's for sure, touchdowns matter more. DraftKings Sportsbook, official sports betting partner in the NFL. On the ground, in the air, from the special teams or defense, we don't care how they score them. We want to bet on TDs. And at DraftKings Sportsbook is the #1 place to bet touchdowns. Ready to place your first NFL bet? Try betting on something simple like a player to score a touchdown. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app and make your bet today. Ready to do a touchdown dance on your own? New DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $250 in bonus bets instantly. Get 1 month of NFL Plus Premium. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code UNNAMED. That's code UNNAMED for new customers. Get $250 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Get 1 month of NFL Plus Premium only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Whit, am I picking you up, or are we meeting halfway to go see Mutt's show tonight episode? How do you want to do that?
I figured that we'd just meet down there.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, we'll make a day of it.
This guy is something. That the highlights of that first show. Oh, I mean,
highlights.
No, Dave, when you sent me that picture,
the
I
old
was
guy,
fucking-
like,
Oh yeah.
I just immediately started sending it around. I was like, I can't
that's
believe
what I
it.
was-
And then Mutt's on Kirk's show saying that his co-host doesn't even like him.
His co-host hates him. They fucking hate each other.
the one who hates Barstool.
Yeah, he
Look at
hates
the-
Mutt.
The most depressing environment ever. And that, do you see the clip, Whit? If they shut the lights off on him, he was ending the show.
Mr. Show, do you see that, Whit?
No.
Do we have that?
Show him ending the show. They turn the lights in the mics. They cut the mics.
Here we go.
At some point, you will be here. The lights are turning off. That means we have to go. Thank you for watching. Eitan, great stuff, buddy. We'll talk next Thursday.
The audio, everything. Why is he? I don't know. We went over this.
I've given
guy.
up. Yeah, whatever. He's just nuts. He's crazy.
I saw you say you would now be mad if I hired him, Kirk.
I didn't say that. When you hired Clemmer, you reached out to me and said, "Hey, what do you think?" And I said, "Hire him." Right?
Yes.
Yeah. If you said to me, "Hire Mutt now," intellectually, like I would have to say, why would you hire this guy other than he's just been so crazy?
I don't think
Like, once
he
he
will
wants-
ever end up working here. I don't think he wants to. I don't know what he wants to do. He's an enigma.
That's why you want to.
Ironically enough, Mutt's dream is to be Bernstein.
Yes, he would go back. If you bought Odyssey, then he'd work for you, Dave. He'd be so excited to do the 10 to 2 shift and talk to fucking Buster Olney every week. He'd be so excited. So excited. So that second episode is tonight of that disaster. What else is going on with you guys? Anything
Do
interesting?
you guys think that the what are the odds that Shannan Sharpe left that Instagram on purpose?
50-50. 50-50. Got
Like-
a ton of buzz.
And it's got so much buzz, and he's talking about it on his show, and like I don't know, like how do you put it? How do you not X it out? It's just like so random.
Bumped it. I mean, he's. I didn't see myself saying this a couple years ago. Whenever I think he's really good. Like
Dude,
I think
I'm a big Shannan Sharpe.
Oh, yeah, he
fan.
doesn't do much for me, but he's huge. I mean, there's no doubt.
he
Blowing
talks
up.
about everything up front. Feels like I would have not seen myself. Like he originally came on with Skip is when he resurfaced, right? Am I right about
I
that?
think that's right. Yeah.
But this he's very good at it. He's very, very good. And everything he does, it's like maybe in a weird way, like there's not many media people. He just this thing happened, whether he did it purposely or not, tackles it head on, makes jokes, is very funny. Everything he's very good. Very, very good.
Yeah, this is the
Who was
opposite.
better, him or Sterling Sharpe?
As a player?
Yeah,
They're both really good.
Sterling Sharpe was fucking awesome.
he was sick.
got
I
hurt.
remember.
He got
I didn't
hurt.
know if
He
there was
young.
one better
He
than
was
the
good.
other.
They're both really good. I hated Shannon because he has that clip. Someone call the Coast Guard. The Patriots are dead. Something like that.
Yeah.
But they're both excellent players.
Yeah, Sterling Sharpe would have been the Hall of Famer for sure. Will we do a show? Will we do a show in 2 weeks or no?
Yeah, I think we can.
Okay.
We got to if we're all together.
Right. Oh, okay. No live shows during the week. That makes sense.
I didn't
Because a
know.
live show, you can't, if we say something, we're
Why
fucked.
do we have to be live?
It's a good point.
I mean,
we don't.
So we
Austin,
could do a
can we
non-live
just
show.
Tape it, Austin, or no? I mean,
Yeah.
obviously we can, right?
Yeah.
We'll do that, I guess. But yeah, tricky not to give. I mean, obviously, are there people in Chicago, Dave, who you're like, we can't let them in the office because it was.
Well, I mean, Mintzy
Right,
is
not obviously counting.
the
Yeah.
dumbest
Did I
human
see
who ever
Mintzy's
lived.
getting Eli Manning on Wake Up with Mintzy?
No, he had Cooper Manning, I think.
Yeah.
Still a good get for
Great get. Yeah.
for Mintzy.
Like getting Brent Gretzky instead of Wayne.
Yeah, that's got it.
Swayze.
Still a get there. It's one of those things. I don't know that Cooper knew what he said yes to. It had to be like when Van Riemsdyk said yes to the first Nate at night.
How about that?
That was still
Nate on Survivor?
no. He was so annoying last year that like
He was
he's
first out.
yeah, and he'd be first out again. He's a waste of space. He's just
Well, Dan was first out, but
no, he wasn't.
Dan was first out last year.
No, I think Nate was.
No,
we
you're
won-
right. Dan was.
No, we
I
won our
rewatched
first
it
challenge
recently.
last
Dan
year.
was.
We won that. Remember that
Oh,
in the
oh,
office
oh,
game with the
okay.
ball or whatever?
Yeah.
Nate was first out for us, and it was my It wound up hurting.
No, right.
Yeah, and we wound up voting Nate out just because he was so annoying.
Right,
you can't do that. It's a bad move.
But he's that annoying. Where it's like you could have $100 million cash tomorrow, or get rid of Nate in the next minute, and people get rid of Nate. Like it's honestly be with Nate for 5 minutes, and you get $100 million. I'll get the $100 million another time.
But do you want a full Chicago office that week? Like people working, doing stuff? I mean, that's a lot of potential. Everyone's recording shit. Stuff's going on.
Yeah, I think we will to a degree. I still think it's okay for the show. But, yeah, if someone, does something, they'll have to be sent home.
Okay.
I mean, we have cameras, so we're going to be much more on the rules with, blatantly fucking with the game.
Right. What are you saying? What?
You're obviously your bet for Caitlin Clark's team.
Yeah.
But you're now they're in the playoffs and you're watching these games and making videos during NFL Sunday. Are you more into this than the NFL?
Yeah.
Oh, but follow on Twitter? It's not even close.
No, I know, but why,
I've watched every
at this
second.
Point, just wait till the playoffs.
Well, the playoffs are almost there, but I'm betting minimum $50,000 on her every night. I lost $50,000 last night on the Fever. They lost, so every night I'm betting the Fever. So I'm heavily involved in the Fever.
You're not really going to start a WNBA restaurant, are you? I mean, that's
no.
It's a financial disaster.
Although Cabana 22 is a great name. She actually played absolute shit. She had her worst game she's had in a long ass time last night.
Okay. What else? Anything else, Whit?
Dave, I saw that you were critical of the trumpet during the debate.
Critical of Trump?
Yeah.
I mean,
he seemed a little.
He was
once
not
she
great.
said people leave his rallies, he lost his mind.
Yes,
he played it pretty well, I thought.
So I mean, I said I think I did. What I said was that tweet. He did not do well, but it was definitely a 3-on-1. If you've done your research, Kamala was lying or saying things that were half truth, not truth, and not being fact checked, and he was either fact check them both or don't fact check anybody. But yeah,
I don't
he
know
didn't
what
do
to
well.
believe, but the earrings with headphones, is that just nonsense on the internet?
That has been debunked. Yeah, that has been debunked.
That's been debunked?
A bunch of stuff, bunch of times, yeah.
And also, just physically looking, she's half his age. She looks like if you were an alien and you came down and you just saw this, I don't think anybody would have been like, I'm voting for Trump if you didn't know anything about anything based on just watching that. I'm voting for him based on her is really more an anti-her vote than a pro-him vote, to be honest. But yeah, it wasn't a good day. And by the way, you can always tell who the real crazy people are, because a lot of Trump people then attack me like, what are you talking about? He's killing it. He's destroying this debate. It's like, what are you talking about? No, he's not. So
the worst thing for Trump was that first debate being in June, because they could get rid of Biden at that point. Because that would have been, if they didn't do a June debate, which they never did.
That's why they did it.
Oh, I know. I think that's true, because that first debate would have been the other night. It would have been too late. Votes have already been cast.
And I don't know how you're talking about the pets being eaten. I was like,
the executing the babies.
Not great.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how you do a debate. The question you got to ask her, it's like, well, you said Biden was mentally perfect the entire time, and then you kicked it, you lied about that the entire campaign. So there's things that you could do, but yeah, it wasn't great. The thing that drives me nuts is how Kamala's always we're the inclusive, they divide. But if you say you vote for Trump, people say you're Hitler. That isn't on the other side. It's if you're I'm a Trump guy, oh, you're racist, sexist. It's nuts. And that's on the other side. But yeah, Trump did not do well in that debate. If I was Trump, you know what I would have done after I got shot in the ear? I wouldn't have resurfaced till a day before the election and just been fight, vote. He screwed it up.
He's not. He's not that kind of discipline, though.
I know. His first misstep was the convention when he spoke for 9 hours. Just fight. Leave that image. You had the thing wrapped at that point.
Well, our guy Hank says he wasn't even shot.
That's true.
Hank is now saying that his ear looks too good to have had a bullet go through it.
Who knows? Shrapnel, whatever. Does it really matter if he got shot at or shot? Who fucking cares? But yeah, no, he didn't do. And the debates are so long. Oof, so long.
Oh, and that should be in today's world. That should be 45 minutes done. Like, and the moderators always stink. They add nothing. Like, in a perfect world, they would just talk to each other. I know that.
You think it's more his team fucked up, or they just can't control him?
I think it can't control him.
Yeah, no.
I don't think you control him. I would have a list of memorization. So things she's going to say, like at one point, like I would never ban fracking. Be like, Google this right here. Go on your phones, Google this, and find the clip of her saying she's going to ban fracking. Be like, she said she wants to support transgender, like surgeries for prisoners. That's great. Look it up. Like, that's all. I won't even they don't listen to anybody, each other. Now, the moderators, clearly, if they didn't think Trump answered the question, they were like, you didn't answer the question. We asked you. So they didn't do that with Kamala, but you can't deny it. Kamala won that. She just looked the part.
When Trump opened up that golf course, Ferry Point, it's like outside New York, guy I know played it like the second day it was open, got a hole-in-one. So first hole-in-one ever there, and he gets back to the pro shop, and they're like, hey, Trump's on the phone. Get to talk to Donald Trump, and he answers. He's talking to him. Congratulations. He's like, but actually, I had a hole-in-one there last week before the course opened. And the guy's like, oh, cool. And then hangs up, and the pro was like, but there was no holes in the green yet. They had like a hula hoop there that he hit it into.
Who counts?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
That's
oh, shit.
It's crazy.
I have an interview with Fox 25 about the case.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, look.
Do you?
I do. I think.
Have you decided on your next one?
I have not. Nope. I have not.
We got him involved because some big wigs looking at Kirk.
Yeah, let's keep that. Yeah, let's keep that under hat. Well,
big wigs.
Yeah, some big wigs. Things
like to steal the case off of Barstool Networks?
Nope.
No. To amplify.
Potentially something very big, right, Dave?
Yeah, well, you deserve it. 2 for 2.
Well, I mean, I'm just happy to help out. It's all I'm trying to do here. All right, so we're back next week. Anything else? Yep. I'm trying to figure out. So I'm back on this touchdown thing. Who should I take, Whit? Give me 2 guys.
Did you guys win the first week?
I did not.
I didn't win.
Did you?
I did.
Who'd you have?
Devon Achane on the Dolphins.
I said Kamara, or what's his name?
Yeah, he scored, didn't he?
Yeah, and then I had already said Hurts to Merles, who was putting our picks in.
We both had
and
Hurts.
You said I was wrong on Kamara. He scored, so I do know ball.
Are you going back in?
Can I get back in?
Yeah, you got to pick 2.
You got to pick 2. We got to hit both.
You have one like double lifeline, so you got to hit them both. Why wouldn't you? It's a free $50,000 bonus bet. That's not
I'll get back in. I'll get back in.
All right.
Unfortunately, I won't be here next week. We're at Chicklets Cup. We have a sandbagger. We have to record in the morning. And for all the people, I've had a few people coming at me. You ditched RA. You're a bad friend. RA and I spoke. Great terms. He said, thanks for the tough love. He's doing awesome. Good. So everything's good in the Chicklets world. RA's on the path to becoming back on the show and crushing it. So everything's good. But next week, we do have to film this bagger in the morning. So I won't be.
So maybe we bag it. We'll see. We'll see, Kirk. We'll be together after that. Let's see if anything transpires that needs attention.
Yeah. All right. Okay. We'll see you then.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Yeah.
See ya.